I want to talk about 4 good cooking habits that I think are worth maintaining because I know they make my life in the kitchen easier and kind of smoother, which just creates an overall better and more enjoyable experience. Now, don't expect your mind to be blown with any of these. I'm pretty sure you have heard them at some point before, but I think it never hurts to have a good reminder of them just to keep thinking about them and make sure you keep working on those habits. So this video is kind of as much for you as it is for myself because I'm not perfect. I don't always do these things. I need that reminder myself. So the first habit I want to mention is to keep your knives sharp. This is probably my most recent addition to the good habits. I never really paid much attention to this, but now that I do, I can see so much of a difference when I can really tell when the knives are getting a little bit more blunt. It's a little bit more difficult to cut onions, to cut meat, and while it's not like a huge inconvenience, it definitely is so much nicer to have the knives sharp, to be able to go through things without friction, quite literally. It just gives me so much more of a smoother the process is so much smoother in the kitchen, and it doesn't have to be fancy. Like, the tool I'm using to get them sharp is just this super simple, I guess, knife sharpener or whatever you call it. Of course, you can do the fancy thing with the whetstone and the proper sharpening of the knives, but I'm a mom of 2 little kids. I don't have time for fancy. So this is the tool I use. I'll usually do, there are 2 slots in there. One, I guess, and probably different materials in them. To be honest, I'm not even sure how to use this properly, but I know that the way I use it, which is just a couple slides in one of the slots and then a couple slides in the other one, it gets the knives a lot more sharper and they just work better. So that's what I do, and it works great. I don't have anything like a set schedule for this, that I would do this once a month or something. I just do it whenever I notice that, again, the knives are getting a little bit more blunt. It's a little bit more difficult to cut with them. That's when I try to make this happen. And in this category, we could, I think, include, make it a little bit more general and just say, keep your tools in order. So the knives are just the category that stands out the most to me, but same thing goes, for example, for having a sharp grater, so that when you're grating carrots or apples or something that's a little bit more hard, not like cheese. I mean, you can get away with a blunt grater when it comes to cheese, but not with the more harder things. That is also worth keeping it sharp. I don't know if you can get it sharpened, actually. I think we just buy a new one, but might be worth investigating. It's a bit of a shame to just throw away an old one just because it's not sharp enough anymore. Anyways, so something like that. Another example that comes to mind is when my digital scale runs out of battery, to try and replace them as quickly as possible, ideally on the same day, which means that I try to pay attention to make sure that I have a stock of those batteries that I need for it, because again, I just bake a lot, I use it a lot, and so it is a bit of a hurdle, a bit of an inconvenience when the scale doesn't work and I have to go to measure with measuring cups or just use something else, kind of get around it. So it's just, again, helps me to keep things running smooth when all of my tools are functioning properly and well. The second habit I think I've gotten a pretty good hang of is clean while you cook. I talked about this in one of my latest videos where I talked about how I keep the kitchen clean. I always try to use the opportunity of when the onions are browning, I have a couple minutes, I'm waiting for the oven to preheat, or there's just a little bit of time that I have to spare before I have to go to the next step in the cooking process. I always try to use that time to see, does a counter need wiping? Can I put the dish dishes away? Can I do other things? And it doesn't, even though I said cleaning, because that's usually, there almost always is something to be cleaned. It really is just about using that time to do other things in the kitchen, including sharpening your knives. So that's often where I also try to take that little bit of time to get that job done. Or maybe there's some other food prep that's like unrelated to the thing that you're currently working on, but you can just make that happen. So say again, those onions are browning, you have 2 minutes, maybe you can mix your bread dough in the meantime. Like that only takes a few minutes as well. So, or just, whatever other thing that you can think of that needs preparing and it's not specifically tied to like you having to do 10 other steps then in that prep process. I talked about this in the cleaning video as well, that I'm actually often surprised how little time it takes to do a lot of these cleaning tasks. Like you really don't have to set aside an hour to clean a few counters and sharpen your knives. It really just takes a few seconds, or maybe a minute or two, and you always have a little bit of that time when you're cooking something in the kitchen. Another thing that I try to get more in the habit of is to regularly check what's in my pantry, fridge, and freezer. It's something that really helps me with planning the meals and to kind of then be able to cook from what I already have without having to plan or buy new stuff all the time, new ingredients all the time. And it's a little bit easier maybe with the pantry and fridge. At least this pantry that we have here, it's all open shelving. So it's kind of like when you're in there, you kind of see, or maybe your brain unconsciously takes in what's in there, what you see there. And same with the fridge. Like if you open it, and you open it all the time, of course, you just see what's on the shelves and your brain kind of takes it in. That doesn't really happen with the freezer, I feel like, because of the nature of it. Things are frozen. They are a little bit harder to see at a first glance. And so it really is something that I do every once in a while, usually maybe like once every 2 weeks. It's usually combined with me planning for the meals ahead, for the week ahead or whatever, or shopping. I go into the freezer and I check the shelves and really like look through it, maybe organize it a little bit better. To make sure you know what's in there. And you don't have to be, again, like you don't have to be looking for anything specific or thinking about anything specific. Just go through all of it and make like a little bit of a mental inventory or a mental reminder for yourself of what's all in there. What is it? What are all the things that you have? And this is kind of connected to the last point, which is to declutter and organize things. I'm sure you have heard this one a million times, but it really does make so much of a difference when your space is decluttered. You have it well organized, meaning the things that you use the most often are easily accessible. They're not behind all sorts of other stuff, and you just have a very good awareness of where things are, and they're, again, easily accessible. And connecting it to that last point, and especially those freezer drawers, it's really important that you organize those well as well, that you label things if they are not like immediately, if I have peeled and chopped carrots, I don't have to label the bag carrots. Like, it's pretty obvious at first glance that that's what they are. But maybe if I have pieces of meat or cooked meat, or I have like leftovers that are something in a sauce, right? I definitely need a label on that box so that I know what it is and what can I use it for. And with this last point, that's currently my biggest struggle. I again talked about this in a video where I talked about how I shared this kitchen with my mom. And because of that, because we have two different cooking styles, we use different things for cooking, there is a lot more stuff in here than what I would need. And so there is a little bit more clutter, I guess you could say, but it's not clutter like my mom is using it, but for me, it is clutter. Like, I can't get to the stuff that I use the most often. And so this last point is proving to be a bit of a challenge. It's definitely one of the reasons why I look so much forward to having my own kitchen again once we renovate our apartment. But of course, there are other benefits of sharing this kitchen with my mom. I talked about all of that in the video. So this is just, connected to this last habit. But if you own your own kitchen, which I assume most of you do, then it really is worth spending a little bit of time. And it's, unfortunately, for some, I assume most people don't really enjoy decluttering and organizing. I do. I love throwing stuff away. It's something that you do have to do every once in a while. It's not enough to just do it once and be done with it, because we accumulate more stuff. There is, something that will catch your eye, maybe a different appliance, a different tool, or you start making slightly different meals, and therefore you get different stuff in your pantry. And so every once in a while, you need to go through your things and reorganize, because we change. It's not like you organize once and then everything stays exactly the same forever. That doesn't happen. And so this is something that I have done before, and I do it in here as well, because my stuff, the stuff that I use, also changes. So I try to go through things every once in a while and reorganize, declutter, so that I try to keep the place as, again, smooth and functioning well as possible. So those were the 4 habits that I try to keep in my kitchen. I'm really curious what you think about them, and if there are others that you do that you might find are useful for others. Definitely let us know down in the comments. And that will be it for today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.